Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another episode of Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Amali. And it is Tuesday, the second day of the week.
It is Tuesday. Yay.
Well, the third day if we start the week on Sunday, which is how most calendars are set up.
Yeah.
But the second day of the working week. And you know, it is what it is. It's almost done.
Is it?
Is
Is it really?
We soon done? Or on we way to being
We
done
ain't
with the week?
even. Tomorrow we could feel a little better and say like, yeah, it's soon done. But as of now, it still feel like it's closer to Sunday than Friday. So
I mean, yeah.
I still need them to amend this work week thing. Like
I waiting for it too. I think we are waiting for it.
it is time.
Fix these work weeks, please. Let us begin work. I forgot what the compromise was. What we all agreed on, but
It was like
was it
3-4.
it was 3-4, but then Azem had proposed something else. I think it was
Oh, he had said
shorter hours,
you do like half days each day.
half day each day. Hey,
I
whatever
still
it
think I
is.
prefer my 3-4.
Yeah, I want the full day. I don't want the portions of the day chopped. I want the full day, please.
Yeah, like
But
I just want to be able to not have to move.
you know that would be lovely to have full weeks. Well, full days as a part of a 3-day weekend would be actually great. And of course, as the data shows with other countries that have job entities that are actually already doing a model like that, efficiency skyrockets.
I think it just, most importantly, once your work is done. Like, I hate these constraints of hours and, that kind of, but I feel like once your job is done, that is the most important thing.
And you know, that's like we say all the time. That's also why we see there's not much productivity in the workspace in a lot of companies, because we are sort of enforcing this ideal that fast work means less pay. Because if you come to work and you and your coworker has the same amount of work to do and you knock yours off in 5 hours, in their mind, okay, you don't need to be here, so we're going to cut your hours. Even though you did your work faster, you're now being punished for working fast, which means we're going to reduce your pay. So
Not only that, it feels like, it feels very like, you see how, should I say, I think this comes from like slavery days when you used to have to, it feels plantation-ish, like, I guess it's the confinement to your desk and the rules and the hours and like,
I just don't
want to
like
be
the
able
hours.
to.
Like, let people do their work. Like, if you have efficient workers and they're literally knocking out piles of work in shorter spans of time, reward them in terms of like, when you're done your work, go home.
Because I feel like I could wake up at 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the night, and just knock off my work. Like, I don't feel like I need to have to stay at a desk or confine myself to hours to do it.
But then put yourself in a situation where you get penalized
these
for
are
it.
K clause, as Amali does say.
Right. You just drag your foot doing it anyway. If you get penalized for it, you just take your time. What could take you 2 hours, you just stretch it to
Spread
5.
it out.
Stretch it to 5. Type slow. Move slow. And, productivity is low. But whatever. It's Tuesday. And let's talk some Tuesday. Something happens on Tuesday. Yeah. Talking trash. Talking trash is happening. But before we get to talking trash, let's talk about the COVID-19 vaccine rollout that already began. The rollout happened yesterday. And it's like the CMO and the chief of staff, the medical chief of staff explained, what was it, 2 weeks ago? A week ago, 2 weeks ago?
Last week,
It was last week, right?
when she was on the show?
Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah, it was last week.
Well, yeah. they explained to us that the vaccine distribution will be rolled out in phases, and they explained the phases, which I think make complete sense. But the rollout began for St Kitts and Nevis yesterday, and the medical chief of staff, Dr. Cameron Wilkinson, he was the first to take the AstraZeneca vaccine, followed by the Prime Minister, Dr. Timothy Harris, at the Newtown Health Center on Monday afternoon. St Kitts and Nevis, as of Monday, had received 2,000 AstraZeneca vaccines from Dominica and expected to receive an additional 50,000 vaccines sourced from the COVID-19 global facility and other sources like India. And just to reiterate, because I think this was actually something I learned during the visit by Dr. Laws and Dr. Wilkinson, is that when we see these numbers for the vaccine, we have to cut them in half, because it's 2 doses for one person. So when we see 2,000, it's enough to cover 1,000 persons, and the 50,000 is enough to cover 25,000 persons. So that's what 26,000 doses, 26,000 persons that are essentially covered, are going to be covered in the near future.
Did y'all watch? I watched.
Yeah.
I watched some of it. Didn't get to watch all. But the chief
Sean,
medical... So the CMO, Dr. Hazelars, facilitated the exercise and repeated information about the vaccine rollout in the Federation. So the big question... let's go back a bit though. So let's talk about the sourcing of the additional vaccines. I'll play a short clip, which is the CMO explaining the acquisition of more vaccines. Let me turn up my volume. Okay.
This afternoon, over 50 persons have come out to be vaccinated. They are choosing to take the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. They are choosing to protect themselves, their families, and our society. During this week, COVID-19 vaccination will continue at this health center, the Newtown Health Center, at the Bastia Health Center, Sandy Point Health Center, and the Tabernacle Health Center in St. Kitts. And in Nevis, the Charlestown Health Center, the Gingerland Health Center, and the Combermere Health Center. The vaccine will be given to persons aged 18 to 80 years. However, persons who are over 80 can still receive this vaccine. However, we are recommending that they go to their regular practitioner or physician and be evaluated to determine their suitability for receiving this vaccine.
Well, you see, she kind of said that they're choosing. I don't really think they have a choice.
I mean, I think they do.
Yeah, it's not mandatory.
I'm pretty
It's
sure.
not, but it would look bad for the ministers and the frontline workers and the people who are in charge not to take it, because what does that say to people who
And I'm
might
pretty
be
sure you
afraid?
have the
Yeah,
option
it's
to
a
opt
choice.
out, because it's the
Some of
choices,
them didn't
but
take it.
some
They
of them
didn't?
didn't take it.
Who didn't?
Bradley, I'm saying take
Bradley.
it.
Anali, you okay?
Hmm?
You okay?
No, stay out.
Oh, because your eyes are
Bradley,
red.
Bradley was
No, the
not
Nevis
part of the...
cabinet ministers took it yesterday.
Did you take the vaccine?
Me?
Is that what's
Yeah,
happening?
that's the main feel well.
Oh, Lord.
There's 3 more clips, 2 more clips out of 3, with the CMO explaining other stuff. This clip is information on the vaccine as well, so I'll play that now.
We will be using an appointment system, and so interested individuals in the groups I would have just described, you are asked to go to the nearest health center to make an appointment. Or, if you care to, you can call 311 and you will be given an appointment within 24 to 48 hours of your making that call. We want every citizen and resident who is eligible to receive the vaccine to take the vaccine. By taking the vaccine, you are not only protecting yourself, but those around you and those who are too young, too frail, and too ill to take the vaccine themselves.
And the last one.
Stage 1A speaks to healthcare workers who are at high or very high risk of exposure to the virus. And these include all specialists and internists, doctors and nurses on the COVID-19 ward, those working in the operating theater, those working in the intensive care unit, those working in the accident and emergency, and those personnel who go out daily to take COVID-19 samples, the COVID-19 testers as we call them, the health center nurse managers, and personnel working on our ambulances. And this group also includes all those physicians working in private practice, because they are also on the front line. Stage 1B includes border protection staff along the corridor of containment. And so these include port health workers, immigration, customs, frontline workers in terms of ground transportation or taxi drivers, and the frontline workers in the hotel industry. Stage 1C, this group includes the executive arm of government and essential workers outside of the health sector, including the police, the defense force, Coast Guard, fire and rescue. And then we have to target the older adults who are at extremely high risk of severe COVID disease. And these include older adults with 2 or more chronic conditions. And these conditions can include diabetes, respiratory conditions like emphysema and asthma, renal disease, autoimmune conditions, and coagulopathies. And we are also advised by the Pan American Health Organization to always keep a stock of vaccines just in case we have an outbreak.
All right. So that last clip was her explaining the eligibility and the phase of the vaccine rollout. But here we are. This is the stretch that Dr. Wilkinson was asking everybody to hold on for, the vaccination stretch, and here we are.
So when we're going, should I make that call to them and book us? That 311 call? No? You know what I find so funny? I think people still a bit afraid to take it because every time I tell somebody, they're like, I'm going to just wait for other people to do it.
And unfortunately, if we all have that mentality, then nobody gonna get it.
But it's the same thing we talk about when they were here. Yesterday was the start of the rollout, right? Like, I don't know what the plan is in terms of educating the public. There's obviously a lot of concern. Like, I don't know what the plan is. I want to suspect there is a plan.
They sent us some videos yesterday.
They sent out videos?
Yes, like right after, as soon as the press conference finished, our good friend London sent me some clips.
Clips of what?
Let me see.
But clips of like them taking it, or like information tips.
I think it was
because the thing about
he sent me some information from Sunday when they had the and then he sent me some clips yesterday, I guess from information from Dr. Laws as well.
Yeah, so I think the start of the rollout needed to be
information,
like a public education campaign, like very intensive, very strategic, tag and different types of mediums to target different groups of people, different demographics, right? And not only age-wise or gender-wise, but even people with specific concerns. So people who aren't necessarily anti-vaxxer, but really just have some concerns about this particular vaccine. Again, the thing about it is that the information that would cause you to be more skeptical, you get that so much easier. So like I told them in the way, they have an uphill battle. So like nowadays, information that we're not receiving we receiving like one type of the vaccine that was made in India that isn't necessarily the one that initially we thought we were getting. And like, so like all this kind of information coming out, but it's like, I want to hear this from the officials. Like, that's who at least I want to look to for the information.
Well, hopefully they do some.
They done late.
Yikes.
They done late. Like, they done late. So.
Because they already started, you mean?
Yeah. Because I'll tell you something. Right, yesterday, you know what I see. You know, okay, think about it. All those clips that Kevon just played from CMO laws, right? Very useful, very helpful information. Necessary. You know, everybody was sharing last night when Sean was making a little joke about like weight. No.
That's true.
The amount of memes I see with that last night, and I don't be looking, so they're finding me. You see what I'm saying? You ain't seeing nothing with laws making no.
But could it be because people rather like jokes than actual information?
That is a huge problem.
Yeah.
That is a huge problem. And that's why I was telling them, yeah, they have such an uphill battle. Like, I don't think it's a matter that they're not doing anything. I do think, however, they need to understand the climate in which they operate in, and they need to act accordingly and create strategies that are going to help them to achieve their goals. Like, you can't just go and say, well, by press conference. Like, man, people ain't care. Like, I don't know when we get to this press conference thing, by. Like, I don't know when. I ain't saying no, keep them here, but we have to understand the press conferences are basically
with other prongs.
Yeah, but the people who looks at the press conferences, really and truly, is the media houses, the journalists. So they take that information and they disseminate it to the other media houses and they write the articles and stuff like that. Them the people who mainly thinking that, you know, because people, they might go to a WINN Media. They might go to one of the other media houses for some information, nightly news, them kind of things. But again, that's a specific demographic. Basically, my grandmother. Right? Like, it's just the reality is the way we consume media now is so different to our parents' generation.
That's true.
We can't be using the same techniques. Especially something like this where it's a public health issue if people don't take the vaccine.
That's true.
So I don't know. Like I said, I suspect there is a plan in place. But yeah, let's get rolling. Let's get rolling. And even doctors coming out and saying like, yo, they need to educate because doctors getting questions. Doctors getting questions, like rightfully so.
Because they're doctors.
Right, but the doctor's saying like, yeah, the health officials need to put out information. Like they need to help and quell some of the concern.
So what's the better way to do this? Like, what do you think, or what do you guys think is the best way for them to disseminate this information for people to digest it, and like the same way people digest and share the memes and the jokes? Like, how do you think that they
you
could
just
get
say,
them?
Jade, memes. Okay, there's certain. Again, it can't be one thing because there's different demographics.
You have to be multiple
Right.
approach.
So, for instance, like engaging persons of influence within the society to help them disseminate the information, whether it's social media influencers, whether it's radio personalities, people like this who have certain types of information.
The Facebook.
People listen to, get them in a room, educate them, talk to them, get buy-in from them, and then if needs be, employ them as an arm of the public relations and communications process.
And that's what I'm saying, to the need to consult to these people too. How do you think we can help spread this information? Sit some people down in the room who, like Azem said, are, sort of those heads of the branches of information reception. You have the Facebook people who, everybody just tune into to see updates. You have the radios, you have the social medias. Sit them down in the room and ask them questions. How can we approach this?
Send me a 45-second animated video about taking the vaccine.
Right.
I'll watch that.
We have a call on the line. Let's take that call. Caller, good morning. No. We lost the call. Call, of course, call back. But then, you have other things like, create a Instagram page. You can sponsor posts. You can pay for posts to pop up on your timeline.
What I can't understand till this moment is why every government agency, every department, every ministry don't have a WhatsApp number and they just put WhatsApp statuses.
But you don't have to put nothing. You don't have to text nobody.
They could put things in the stories, like
Instagram.
The amount of stories people watch
NEOC could do
daily.
Instagram after every press conference. They can put up a little photo, a little post with text to bullet points. This is what happened. We talk about this. Talk about that. We talk about this. You want a video? Click our YouTube page. Takes you to a full length video with a little bit more information, but concise. We have a call on the line. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
You all are being a little bit ambitious. I'm good. You all are being a little ambitious. Some government workers can't even send an email. So let's talk about just making sure that we empower them to do these things first, and then we get that. But anyway, the main reason why I'm calling is to say happy birthday to my handsome, hardworking, sexy, long racks ahead, what else? Talented nephew. His name is Azem. Let the world know it's his birthday. Happy birthday, love you.
Thank you. Levels of excitement.
You know who this is? Okay.
I'm annoyed. Azim coming here so cool and calm, right? So like.
I knew, but I know how Azim just don't.
I
do
didn't
birthdays,
remember
so I
because
just
Azim
let
came
it.
in here way too calm. No
just
wonder he
let
got
it
his
be.
little red hat today. Oh, that's your birthday hat?
That's what it is. I'm here just.
No, happy birthday, friend.
Happy birthday, Azem.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh Lord, Azim, you know the phone line's about to go.
Yeah. See, I tried. I knew, but I just tried to let it be.
I appreciate it, Kevin.
But
I appreciate it.
They spoiled it.
I was going to do that.
Because somebody came in since the morning and said, and I was gonna send all the YouTube messages privately, but I wasn't gonna say it. But the caller spoiled it.
Go ahead. Azim try sneak in here. He red hat.
Yeah.
Just not saying anything.
It's my birthday hat, apparently.
Yes, your red
Indeed.
birthday hat.
At least you're not getting hot.
And then my nephew sister saw you home, right? But
Yes.
she said happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, no, in case I don't be up when I leave in the house.
Oh, that's why
Witty is sending her happy birthdays because she's saying she's late because she was rewatching the corona injections.
That's a good reason, Witty. Thank you so much.
Witty, where's Azim's present? She's supposed to send it.
Hey, don't try to get between.
Ooh, okay.
Come on.
Cool.
Sorry.
Don't worry, Witty. Later for that.
Ooh,
Woo, okay.
on fire for Christ. Let everyone know that Jesus is sweet. But yeah, let's continue to ignore Azim's birthday so he don't have a meltdown. But I feel like social media, of course, it's a simple fact. You get your Facebook team, a bunch of Facebookers to you have certain people that the nation sort of tunes into to hear things from.
You know what to?
Allow them to curate the way that they want to, disseminate the information. You have the influencers on your Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Allow them to figure out ways to they have the YouTubers, you have the posters, you have all of those. Let them curate their way.
Billboards.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is we see
A
how
billboard campaign.
we see how effective it is for music festival and carnival. Implement the same strategies.
I think what happens here, right, is they fall into this, and a lot of institutions do it, fall into this place where it's like they feel like the personal responsibility of whatever it is enough. Like how churches believe like they don't have to market copy, people should just go church. So they don't actually market.
Yeah.
Like it's the same kind of thing. But like Kevon is saying, I think also what is very important is that the type of media matches the platform. So there's certain types of media that works on different platforms. Mm-hmm. Basically, they need a strategist. Like they need somebody to be able to create a proper strategy for dissemination of the information. Mm-hmm. And this is something that comes up a lot of times in different conversations we have here, where depending on what it is that's being discussed, there's only a certain type of person in the room. So we talk about CARICOM having meetings to do with coronavirus. and it's all doctors and economists. There's no sociologists, there's no psychologists, like
There's no social media experts.
There's nobody dealing with like all these other aspects where really it needs to be a coalition of people with different skills and talents to be able to achieve the goal that they really want to achieve.
Right. You know, it's simple because, you know, we see a prime model of social media and how that can help situations, and we saw it with the 2019-2020 Sugar Mass. The way social media blew up St Kitts Carnival, because that last carnival that we had, not a virtual one, was the largest one we've had. Everyone flew in from almost everywhere to participate, and that was because there were social media influencers on board who they, you know, while they might all be on the same platforms, they do it differently. There are some people who do, you know,
and they have different
followings too.
Different followings,
so you have the ones who are going to do YouTube videos preparing to go. You have ones that are going to do YouTube videos, you know, fets to go to, and you know, they all the people who are going to post things during, the after. You have all of these different aspects.
And to be totally honest, right? We know people have a very short attention span.
Very.
They only care about entertainment, jokes, that sort of stuff. This is a very boring, well, it could be a very boring topic because, you know, most people not going to sit down and just listen to doctors and nurses and all of that speak. So you have to find a way to disseminate information in a way that people can digest it. So shorter clips and shorter information things, like you could put so much things in place that people just get it and they digest it quickly and they share it with their friends. They put it on the statuses. Statuses are 30 seconds, so you know a video has to be concise.
Yeah.
But it also has to be not boring because nobody wants to sit and watch something that like literally puts them to sleep.
But there's so many ways you could do it too. You have the traditional bunch who can receive, who
would literally sit and
for that.
Right,
Yeah.
who can
Looking
receive
for that.
information without the lights
That's
and the
necessary.
lights and the music. And you know, they should also be able to find that information. But then the people who looking for the jokes and the things, they should also be able to receive that information the way they can consume it.
Like I feel like they could have, even that clip with Sean, they could have done something with it that catches people with information. Because that's the most shared. There's nothing else from what happened yesterday that is more shared than this.
So somebody's
Wait till
saying
Dev do like a Mad Libs.
somebody is saying on the YouTube channel that if you look at the YouTube channel for ZZ, the views for the rollout is higher than average. And honestly, that is simply because everybody went to see Sean's reaction.
Yeah.
Like people weren't really tuning in.
Well, no, actually,
People were tuning in to see the rollout.
While they was doing the rollout, it was there. But then, so what happened to the people who didn't get to watch it? They're not going back to look for that.
This is the biggest thing happening on the island right now.
Right.
Like, this is the reality. Like, it's not that people aren't interested, you know. Like, people are interested and people want information. Like,
People are interested.
people are interested.
It's just that we live in an age now where it's a lot of noise.
Yeah, exactly.
Things are coming at us literally every second.
Yes.
Different types of information are coming at every single second. So even if I have a particular interest in the rollout, when I'm at work and doing my daily tasks and thing, that's on the back of my mind because it's not put on the front of the mind, on my mind.
Right.
Everything else is.
Right.
Right? And it's when we're laying home and say, I'm not supposed to do the thing today, you know?
Let us.
I'm going to check it later. And then you're going to sleep and tomorrow it's the same thing all over
Amali,
again.
they have, like, what you're saying is they need to understand that we are competing for people's attention.
Exactly.
That's what it is. We're competing for people's attention. And when you're in a competition, you better have a strategy or you're going to lose.
And it goes both ways, because I understand both arguments, but at the end of the day, the responsibility lies on the rest with the officials to make sure information is disseminated. Because more Kittitians watched Biden's first speech as president than any speech Timothy Harris has ever given to us.
Imagine that, huh?
Let's put that into perspective. So the same people who are saying, they need to look better. They're fine CNN. And they're fine BBC to hear Biden's first speech and to hear Barack Obama's first speech when he was elected. So I'm really buying it. But like I said, even though I'm buying it, at the end of the day, it's still the official's responsibility to make sure everybody find out what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the interest is there, but we have to pull the attention in the direction we want it and direct it to the information that we know people need to have.
There needs to be some sense of urgency. I can recall when the entire nation stood still. I talking about everybody stopped working. Bank, in funeral homes, in the schools, everything stopped when Kim Collins was on that line in the Olympic finals. Nobody was doing nothing.
The island stopped. That was the whole island stopped.
The nation stopped for that 5 minutes there. And I would like our officials to have that kind of effect on us.
I remember when they had the fast start.
Yeah. But everybody had.
Bye, watch your wait. It was like the whole island.
Anyway, we'll pause for a break. We'll be right back. Yeah.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is WINN FM.
Striving for better, and we not gonna stop till the battle is won and we get justice. Cause if you lose your stand, anyone will try to push you over and over. Lift up your head and hold it up high. We know that we'll win the prize. Lift up your head and hold it up high. If you say you love your little dear country, try to do something positively. Be a watchdog for the environment. Don't leave everything to the government. We dump our garbage anywhere, lit on the streets everywhere. Our behavior is telling me that we really don't care. Take some pride in your country, volunteer to clean where it's dirty. Tourism development needs a healthy environment. Whenever we litter, we threaten our survival. So those who engage in it should be treated like criminals. So don't be afraid at all if they call you an informer. Report those who endanger our future. So if you really love this blessed land, this situation demands attention. Think about the future generation. Do what we can to preserve this island. The laws for littering we must enforce. We have to let justice take its course. If you are a proud citizen, you have the right, you have a reason to save this land from destruction. You have an obligation to become involved in anything which affects this nation.
The Solid Waste Management Corporation, SWMC, is working hard each and every day to keep St. Kitts clean. Our primary mandate is to collect household waste while maintaining the engineered sanitary landfill in Connery. While it is the responsibility of businesses to see to it that their garbage is properly collected and disposed of at the landfill, the SWMC offers a commercial waste disposal service with our NOSI program. We also offer a bin rental service where persons can rent large bins to do community cleanups or other waste disposal activities. Additionally, our headquarters in Taylor's Range include state-of-the-art conference rooms for rental. So when you're hosting another event, consider using the SWMC conference facilities. We want to continue serving you by keeping our environment clean, because at the SWMC, waste matters. For more information, call our office at 465-9507.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Amali, and it is time for Talking Trash. But we have to apologize to our callers. We know you were ringing on the phone lines, but we have to jump into Talking Trash. So after, we'll take some calls and we can resume the conversation. But good morning and welcome.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. It certainly is an opportunity welcomed by myself to be here on Tuesday mornings. As you know, we share the program, myself and the collection manager, Miss Lake. We share the program. So today it falls on me to be here. And I'm hopeful that we can have an interesting and exciting discussion.
Those glasses on you?
Sorry?
Are you spectacles? Are they a fresh set? Your glasses? Glasses?
No. These are the older pair.
Oh, okay. You look renewed. Something about you. Maybe you're glowing or something, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's not coming here every week to meet with you.
I guess so. Absence makes the heart go fun, though.
Maybe I had a few days off. Yes, but certainly, gentlemen, it is a pleasure for me to be here and for us to lead the discussion. As usual, we come weekly to broadly give people an idea as to what is happening in the world of trash as it relates to us here in St. Kitts. As you very well would know, Nevis has their own operation, so we would only discuss matters that relate to us here in St. Kitts. And I was given a list of items that I ought to discuss today. And so, without any further ado, unless you gentlemen have any questions, then I would go into it and start looking at some of the things that we are doing, planning to do.
Well, before we begin, I don't have a question, but I have a statement.
Okay, go right ahead.
That since you folks have been coming here and advocating for folks to, park their vehicles in a way that would, allow the workers to access all the homes, we have been every morning reminding people of that.
Okay, appreciate that.
Yes, reminding folks to keep, our sanitary workers in mind when they park in the vehicle selfishly.
All right. But thank you very much, because that is really very important to us. We've done a number of measures in getting the work done. We've used smaller vehicles so that they can, easily get through to some of the areas. And so this really is welcomed by us, and thank you for continuing to help to spread the message about. Because sometimes you really find that, and some people would call us and say, "Oh, we did not get your, we did not collect your waste, or no one collected my waste this morning." And sometimes it's because the waste is not out. The bins are not out, and the trucks probably would have passed and gone.
So people actually leave the bins inside and expect the guys to come and look within the yard?
Well, there's some persons who because that was the practice 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, they come in the yard and
yeah.
Okay.
And based on that, we will have complaints. Oh, my child scooter is missing, the bike is missing, this is missing, and so we ask our collectors not to go
enter the property,
not to enter the person's properties.
Okay.
And so obviously there are some persons, some elderly persons who over the years would have built up relationships with the collectors, and for those they would do that. Yeah.
Okay.
But by and large, we tried not to go into person's property.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Let's dive into it.
We have been trying over the past 6 months, and in the heart of COVID, and even unto now, to introduce a few measures at the corporation. One of those measures is really at the landfill, and probably one day I will get the landfill manager to come in and sit with us. One of those measures is the collection of glass bottles. As you very well know, that the glass bottles cannot break down. And oftentimes, when vehicles go to tip or to dump on the landfill, they end up with busted tires, what have you. So what we have been doing, we have been asking persons to come to bring the glass bottles separately. And we have been packing them with a view of having them exported out of the island. We also, for those who do not pack them and bring them, we take our time and we go through and there are some persons that we would go to some establishments, we go to them, and we collect these bottles. That has been going good, and hopefully within the next 3 months or so, I'll have to find out from the landfill manager, we may not be in a position to ship our first load of glass bottles. So we're making the appeal to persons, if you have glass bottles, not the 1 and 2, you know. If you have the 1 and 2, you can drop them off at our offices on Taylor's Range. But if you have the 10 and the 15 establishments, wine bars, liquor bars, if you have, you know, the bottles, then we would ask you to even call us, and we would see where we can assist. We can assist, because this really is critical for us.
Do you think that St. Kitts is going in a direction where well, obviously we are going in the direction, but how soon do you think we'll get to the point where we are actually asking homeowners to separate their trash for collection?
That's
yeah.
It's an interesting question. Not a difficult one, but interesting as it relates to timelines. I do not know that I can answer it like that. What I can say on the back end, though, is this, that we have been working, the corporation has been working extremely hard towards the waste to energy project. And all this time, we are in February now, at the end of February. All this time last year, we were essentially ready to travel. That is members of the board and other institutions, well, within government. We were ready to travel. I don't think I would say where, no. To essentially to see a small operation of waste to energy. We had already met with the principals. We have already had discussions, etc., etc. Now, why I chose to answer it that way is that all of the garbage is feedstock
for the system,
for the waste to energy. Yes. So you find the refuse from the kitchen, excellent feedstock. Your cuttings from your yard, excellent feedstock. The bottles, the plastic bottles, all of those are excellent feedstock. And so, in order to get the prime feedstock, it may have been necessary to have a transfer or sorting station where when the trucks then bring the stuff and they put it on, then we could remove things like cans
and bottles and so.
Yeah, because,
glass.
Yeah, cans and glass and stuff like that. Because remember when this comes into place, it replaces the dumping in the landfill. Yeah. All right, so a collections transfer or deposit area that the trucks would go on, and then it is separated there, and then heavy equipment just lift them and put the waste inside of the hopper, I think it is. And so that takes care of that.
Oh, okay.
So while our intention with the bin project that we had 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, while our intention at that stage was to move towards the separation of the waste and to have, as we know, we do collection twice per week, and one intent was to have the usual household waste, and then the second one would have been the recyclables. So right now, that is kind of on the back burner as we work towards this other initiative.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right, well.
But that's a very good question, though. It shows that you have been doing your homework.
Well, we talk about this every day on the show, yeah?
Okay.
About everyone's personal responsibility to assist in keeping the country clean, and if the country is clean, it's healthy.
Yeah. But that's interesting, too, the personal responsibility of persons. Our team, our little one team would go up by the aquifer, and up there it seems that is a small dump place. When we do go, we've caught out a few munch, we've caught a few persons, but then there are some who go in the dead of night.
Of course.
And so when we go back and check the next day, you find a new. And the foolish thing, let me say that, about this is that this is garbage that you could easily put in your bin
outside your
and be
house.
collected. And that is really...
So the people are getting rid of household waste in the cane fields.
That is exactly right. And so what makes it difficult now is because it is put in plastic bags now. That makes it difficult. Yes, so, yeah.
Okay, apparently we have a caller. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Yes, good morning to you guys. Yes, to the gentleman there from Solid Waste. Have you thought or, looked at maybe, almost everybody should know by now when is their pickup time for garbage, right? Have you all ever think about maybe asking people to move their vehicles or park it in a way that it's more easy for the trucks to come through? And, maybe if it has to be legislated by the government, make her aware if you go into a certain area, or village or avenue, and a vehicle is blocking the truck, that vehicle can be ticketed, and the person pay for the thing. And if the garbage can't be moved because that vehicle or vehicles are blocking the area for the day, then that the person maybe pay for the garbage truck to come back another time and clean the area. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you very much, caller. That is a very interesting and bold suggestion. We have been doing that. Our little wardens have been making the rounds into various communities. We have been working with the trucks. But generally what you find is that, the persons who park in various areas are not resident in those areas. And so it becomes that much more difficult. And while we impress upon those who are resident in the areas to ask their visitors to adhere to the collection rule, especially on the collection day, by and large, we do not get that. So we continue. You spoke about legislating, and that is very important for here, because sometimes our trucks are going down a particular avenue or a particular road, and someone is driving behind the truck and is blowing and cursing and swearing. And the truck is doing its job, and they could easily access where they're going by a different route. Legislating it, though, is important, and that I think that is noted. I know that our collection manager would have had a number of items that are put down for further discussions, and I'm sure that will be one. But thank you very much, Carla, for that. That is very important input for our program this morning. All right. So, do you have any questions? Any other questions? All right. What we want to do is to ask persons who are transporting waste to the landfill, please to cover the bins or the trucks that you're transporting in. Yes, we do ticket persons, but sometimes the stew of garbage that is left on our roads doesn't get collected, and so though we ticket persons, it still leaves an untidy surrounding. So we're asking persons to ensure that the garbage that you're collecting, the waste that you're collecting, is covered as you take it to the landfill. All right.
We have a caller. Caller, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Question. How many tow trucks do the government have, if they have any?
I am not aware that the government has any tow trucks.
Well, for the maybe solid waste that the government needs to invest in a tow truck, and you have that tow truck follow the garbage truck, because the reality is every week y'all talk about this thing, and it still keep happening. And yes, the lady that come normally, she said yes, y'all hand out tickets or y'all take the license plate number or whatever, but obviously that's not effective. So if you have the tow truck, when they come out looking for their vehicle, it will not be there. The government have a lot of empty lots. The old Bastion school site use it as a parking lot to carry all the tow vehicle up there. And when they come, in order to get their vehicle, they have to pay on the spot. And I guarantee you'll see a big change. So maybe that's something y'all need to think about, to get some extra funds. You have a good day.
Thank you. And caller, thank you very much for that suggestion. I actually never thought about it. And I like it. And so we will engage. But just one thing, that we cannot do it in and of ourselves. So we have to engage the traffic department, and in an effort to see how this can assist us. All right. So, but then the other thing now, the flip side of that is if they're parked legally outside of the non-parking being legislated, then we would have some difficulties. The other thing now is to have persons park on one side of the road, but then that creates its own problem.
We have another caller. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Mr. Philip?
It is, sir. Good morning to you.
Yeah, but if you're going to wait on traffic department dying and work, what needed is legislation, Legislation, now you and the traffic maybe go up together, because traffic is a deadbeat as far as I'm concerned. And much of the police force is a deadbeat.
Oh, my word.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Would you let a warden ticket your driver driving the bin truck?
Well, yeah, we've spoken to our persons, and yes, we ticketing everybody.
Well, I don't believe you all going to do it, Because, and if you all were going to do it, it would have happened a long time ago. Because oftentimes, if you've been truck passed uncovered, it's tough blowing out, just like other people who break in the law.
Our bin truck?
Get an example for us.
You sure that's our bin truck?
Well, come on, man. I live in St Kitts so long. I could have lived abroad if I wanted to. But I live in St Kitts so long, I know so many persons.
All right.
Yeah, and you're scotting around about incineration.
No, not incineration. Waste to energy. Waste to energy.
Well, yeah. Well, it can be incineration.
Well,
so the heat can heat up a boiler, and the boiler can produce steam, which can run a turbine, and you get electricity which will go in the national grid.
Yeah.
I say exactly how everything works, but it's a process like that.
Yeah, it is, yes.
So you all need to come up on that, because the thing is, think it's ain't got no extra land nowhere. I don't hear some foolishness some people talking about. I ain't calling nobody foolish, but they're talking foolishness. Talking about we got a lot of wasteland and a lot of wasteland. I don't know how that they can work. And I hear a lady just called there a while ago, a regular caller to talk shows. St Kitts is small. But these are the empty lots she's talking about, the government. That government ain't got no lot of empty lots. And they can't put nothing up there by the back of high school. Although the idea of ticketing people towing the vehicle is a good idea. But that they ain't just come overnight. You got to work out them logistics, they're so good. And the thing is it, You see where you want legislation? That you all could get teeth. You all
that's true.
traffic could get teeth.
That's true.
You want legislation because and this thing going on for years now. Talking about the people that may live there. They ain't live there, but they could have lived there to register the name where they ain't live. But no, I talking everything.
Oh boy. You come here for the shade room, boy.
The fact of the matter is nothing to do whether you live there or not.
Yes.
Violation.
Yes.
Small youth get everyone quick. So they're willfully doing it and using that. And you warden them shouldn't accept that. You need teeth. You are telling us the same thing over and over. Personally, I don't want to call to you sometimes, you know. Because I mean, like, why hearing over and over and over and over. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Anyway, you have a good day.
As usual, sir. Thank you very much. And again, I am aware that we continue to say the same thing, but it is we emphasizing it that we are hopeful that person that can assist in changing behaviors, and so I see and I do agree with your caller, and so thank you very much as usual. So yes, so we are hopeful that moving ahead outside of COVID, and one of the things that I do regularly is to check the country that the state of the COVID in the country that we were to visit, and to see how it is, and it is on the way, it's trending downwards too. So I'm hopeful that very shortly, within the next 6 months, hopefully that that visit could then be a possibility, and then we can now move forward towards that, because that again is the next step in our 5-step plan for waste management within the country.
Was there any more? Several weeks ago, you were here and we discussed the possibility of, well, not the possibility, the idea of there being a fee for the collection of waste in St Kitts at least. Was there any more thought put into it, or any moves made to go in that direction, or it's still just an idea?
Well, for me, it is still just an idea. I do not think the time for it has come as yet.
Okay.
Especially within the pandemic, So I thought to have that discussion broadly, so that you can start to tune in person's mind to it, and then you follow social media and you find that by and large persons are accepting of it. Of course, there are some who would not be, but by and large you find that persons recognize the need for something of that nature. And so as with all other legislations, we are doing the sensitizing of it, and so hopefully it may catch on one day and move to the next level. So yes, that is where that is right now. So
okay, brilliant.
We want to ask today to put in a plug, if you will, for our conference room. I do not have the rates. Yes, I do not have the rates with me this morning, but as persons would know, the Solid Waste Management Corporation has a excellent conference room space upstairs, the corporation.
On Taylor's Range?
On Taylor's Range, yes. One of the selling points for that conference room is, while it is upstairs, there's a elevator system that would take persons up, and so if there are persons who are challenged, physically challenged, we can easily get you up into that room. We have wheelchair access, and so it makes it that much easier for persons to go up. In addition to our big room, there are 2 smaller rooms that that persons can rent on the hour for small meeting, board conferences, or even if you want to meet with to conduct interviews or anything of that nature, we can have those rooms available for persons to utilize. So we are inviting persons to come. Give us a call at the corporation. Ask for Sharon Jew, and she certainly will deal with all the business as it relates to the conference room. So we are looking forward for, and the thing is that persons are well impressed when they do come. Oh, I did not know you all had this, and so yeah. So we are inviting persons to come as we try to continue to be of overall service to the persons of St. Kitts.
So what number should they call to find Sharon?
465. What is the number?
Sharon, listening?
Yeah. I hope somebody
could
send me the number. I'm not good with numbers at all. I am not good with numbers. And 465-9507. 465-9507.
And ask for
Sharon Jew. Sharon Jew, yes. 465-9507. And Sharon will walk you through. She will give you a guided tour, because Sharon is like a mother hen when it comes to the conference room. You know, that is the amount of dedication.
I think she was here one morning with us.
Okay.
Talking about the conference services.
Okay, all right. So, yes. All right. So, that is where we are at. We hope that persons would continue to adhere to the collection days and times and not park their vehicles on the road, thereby impeding the collection exercise, and also that persons would cover their waste as they take them to the landfill.
Amen and amen. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Philip, for joining us again today. And we do hope to see you again soon to give us some updates. Hopefully to inform us that the waste energy plant is going to break ground.
Well, that is certainly going to be a big thing for us. And when things are well underway, well, not necessarily well underway, but when we are sure that it would happen, we certainly would be here.
Okay, brilliant.
All right. So, gentlemen, thank you very much. Let me express my appreciation to WINN FM and to the staff of the Solid Waste Management Corporation and compliment them for the hard work that they continue to do even during the pandemic. Thank you very much, and God bless. Have a great day.
All right, we'll now pause for a short break and get back to some more conversation. Stay tuned.
Try to do something positively. Be a watchdog for the environment. Don't leave everything to the government. We dump our garbage anywhere, lit on the streets everywhere. Our behavior is telling me that we really don't care. Take some pride in your country. Volunteer to clean where it's dirty. Tourism development needs a healthy environment. Whenever we litter, we threaten our survival. So those who engage in it should be treated like criminals. So don't be afraid at all if they call you an informer. Report those who endanger our future.
The Solid Waste Management Corporation, SWMC, is working hard each and every day to keep St. Kitts clean. Our primary mandate is to collect household waste while maintaining the engineered sanitary landfill in Connery. While it is the responsibility of businesses to see to it that their garbage is properly collected and disposed of at the landfill, the SWMC offers a commercial waste disposal service with our NOSI program. We also offer a bin rental service where persons can rent large bins to do community cleanups or other waste disposal activities. Additionally, our headquarters in Taylor's Range include state-of-the-art conference rooms for rental. So when you're hosting another event, consider using the SWMC conference facilities. We want to continue serving you by keeping our environment clean, because at the SWMC, waste matters. For more information, call our office at 465-9507.
Sweep over my soul. Dingy bag, sweep over my soul. Sweep over my soul. Though the billows roll and bend.
Azem, you ready to surrender?
No, I got the kind of article levity.
You ready to surrender?
No, I'm not.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Amali. And it is still Tuesday, 9:08 a.m. And
Yeah, I want to spot like a request on here for applications for Jade?
no, man, that's Amali going to do that.
Okay,
Amali
cool,
like
cool,
to
cool.
terrorize her.
Right.
But my point exactly. So, yeah, we were, before Traffic Talk, we were discussing the conversation about dissemination of information regarding the vaccine. And then the phone line started to light up. So, of course, if you'd love to resume that conversation, you can feel free to call back.
And let us know if you're taking the vaccine.
And yeah, let us know as well if you're taking the vaccine.
What your concerns
possible why, and explain why for your answer too.
Yeah.
Tell us why you don't want to take the vaccine, because maybe that might help the listeners and viewers and even the officials understand some of the public's concerns with the vaccine.
And some of the things that are, how should I say, convincing about the argument. If you are choosing to take the vaccine.
And then even on the YouTube and Facebook, let us know, are you going to take the vaccine? And if not, why not?
And if so,
let's get some information.
What
going.
convinced you that this was
And
the
then
right
yeah,
thing?
that part too. If you do say you're gonna take it, tell us why you're gonna take it. What made you decide to take it?
Don't call in and say we're all gonna dead anyway. Like don't give us that one.
I'm waiting for that one. But
a man told me yesterday he rather dead from the vaccine than dead from corona.
I mean,
I see no lies.
I said, well,
what is the? I mean, to me, the greater risk is corona, right?
We don't know.
No. But he said he rather dead from the vaccine, no.
Well, yeah, because
At least he died trying to do the right thing.
Yes. Yeah, it's the principle.
A man of the people.
I died trying to live.
A man of the people.
But I think as of last week, it was over 100. Well, yeah, it was over 100,000 persons have been vaccinated. So
Where?
Across the world.
Like,
there's a running count.
Okay then. We have a caller. Caller, welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Uncle.
Do you guys know how many people have died globally from the coronavirus thus far? Roughly.
Yes.
How many, Kevon?
Over I think we hit the 2 million mark, right?
2.4 plus
Right.
million. Okay? Now, thus far, about 145 million people have received the vaccination. Do you know how many people have died from the vaccination thus far?
You're gonna tell us,
0.
right? So,
sheep egg.
Work it out how you want, but
a man makes a convincing argument.
I think based on that, like Jade likes to say, that maths is mathsing. That maths
work
is
it
maths.
out how you want. Now, you see, let me tell you, I could understand historically rooted apprehension, fear, suspicion, determination, and all of those things against the use of the vaccine or any other vaccine. And a lot of the suspicion and fear is justifiable and understandable. There are also vaccines that have been used routinely. When you're small, you get the polio vaccine, you get the this, you get the that, and so forth. Okay? Some people say it needs longer to be done properly. Vaccines take years to develop. Laboratories throughout the world are on a daily basis working on vaccines. This has been a pandemic, the likes of which hadn't been seen for a century. So everybody was in overdrive mode, all the research and development companies in the world, because people not only wanted a vaccine to help solve the problem, of course they're also driven by the profit motive. So here we are with a number of vaccines, and it is true that some people, having been vaccinated, have still died, like older folks with underlying conditions and so forth. But the clinical determination of death has not been the vaccination, but that the vaccination may have come too late to arrest what would have been a death anyway from those underlying conditions.
Mm-hmm.
But the data that I have seen,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd love clarification to come from a medical person, because it's important and I don't want to mislead anybody. The data that I've seen, the score so far is corona 2.5 million and vaccine 0. I'll leave it with you guys.
Right.
Azem, I'm waiting to hear from you on that matter we spoke about. Thank you.
Yeah, man, definitely. I spoke to Jade about it, so...
Is
yeah,
this the same one?
definitely
I wonder, he hung up already. I wonder if it's the same one he spoke to me about. But we'll figure it out.
You know what he needs to do? Come speak to us on the show.
No,
live.
he come in. The seat got his name on it.
Come, uncle.
But you're getting another happy birthday, Azem, from Sharon.
Sharon, thank you so much.
But let's see what I was saying. Someone is saying that they want none because they don't trust it, and if forced to, they'll take the Cuban vaccine.
That's another narrative I'm hearing a lot too. A lot of locals saying,
they trust in the Cuban.
Yeah, let me get one from Cuba. Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, at least it's a vaccine, right? So, but let's see. We have any calls? No. But this vaccine thing is honestly, guys, it's happening, and we have to.
You guys think that there's a certain amount of faith that needs to be had by those taking the vaccine? Like you kind of have to trust the process, trust the doctors, there's a lot of trust that needs to be. Right now with Jade back.
Yeah, we're laughing. I'm confused, and Jade laughing. For the same reason.
Jade, whenever she watching
I'm laughing because our council has sent us
Yeah.
a picture, and it's a funny yet very true picture.
Mm-hmm.
It is hilarious, but he is correct. Would you like me to?
I can. Let me.
Yes, go ahead. Read it.
So it is a photo of. It is a photo of some soldiers in a field, and one of the soldiers is carrying a donkey, and the text below it says, "This picture from World War II is a soldier carrying a donkey, and it is not that the soldier loves donkeys or has some sort of perversion. What is happening is that the field is mined, and if the donkey was free to wander as it pleases, it would likely detonate a charge and kill everyone.
Yep.
The moral of the story is that during difficult times, the first ones you have to keep under control are the jackasses who don't understand the danger and do as they please."
Yikes. He also says happy birthday, by the way.
And then he says happy birthday.
Big up council one time. What are you doing? You're advocating for us, like locking up everybody who like forward weird messages?
No, I think he's saying that we have to protect people who themselves, because if we let those people roam free, we all solve. Yeah.
So how you do that, Jade?
Ask council.
No, you go take the vaccine because you're not one of them.
I'm not a jackass.
You're asking me? I would think that you would have an opinion on it.
Do you not know if I'm a jackass or not?
No, that's what I was suggesting, that you're not, but you seem to not be sure.
No, I'm sure. I'm positive. I'm positive that I'm not. All right. Well,
Any Bob.
We have a call. Good morning.
Good morning to everyone. Good morning and happy birthday to Azem.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, may the Lord bless you and keep you and cause his face to shine upon you and to be gracious unto you and give you his peace. I go for everybody on the show. May God bless you.
Thank you so
Now,
much.
Yes, what I have to say you may not enjoy so much though. I am amazed at the skepticism of young people who walk around every day with a computer in their hands, who owe it to themselves to research and investigate a lot of what is being said before making conclusive statements. It amazes me, you know. You know, I heard Jade say this morning how, young people only into music and entertainment. What a shame. Is that the way we want our people to go? There's nothing wrong with music and entertainment, but if it becomes the main focus, you're going to wake up one morning and wonder what happened. There are other people out there who studying you, and studying our country and studying everything. That is why you find, even in the USA, the children scoring menial scores in maths and science. And other people coming in from they call them deprived and third world countries. And they're the ones ending up in all of the techno jobs. India, IBM and all of them, that's where they're getting the people from. Entertainment will get you so far, it can't get you much further, especially in this country. We don't have any industry. And it's a shame. And if you have a question about the vaccine, research it. And the suggestion I heard by one, Dr. Terence Drew, I was most disappointed because he is an internist. He has the capacity to do his own research and to come and say, this is what I went. Now, he was suggesting that the vaccine that came from India is different to the one that they give in America. I guess he did not know that India has the largest vaccine manufacturing plant, that they are doing the thing on the license. India did not make it or invent it, Are you aware of it? Is anybody there aware of that? It's not the Indian vaccine. Just like how people have patents and make things. And when you are in a leadership position, when you're in certain position, you got to be careful what you say. Because he has now made that statement. You imagine that other people in his party who are willing to go and take, say, well, if Dr. Joe is the chairman and he says so. If he has, because it is not compulsory that anybody take it. But if he personally doesn't want to do it, he must know he holds a different position. And I'm calling upon our young people. In the old time days, we used to have to go in an encyclopedia. You're walking now with Wikipedia, all kind of pedia on the phone. Use it. I keep saying it. I am sometimes sick and tired of our young people acting ignorant.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll take all that into consideration. And I didn't see the interview, but I'll go and look for it and get into it.
Thing News this morning.
Okay then.
Freedom News.
Yeah.
I'm very, very disappointed that I'm asking you all. Your job there is not just to entertain. You're there to also educate. When you give your views, it's true. But we got to learn to be rational and logical. Radical too, So anyway, that's what I have to say. Eh? So Jade, lift the thing. Our people have got, our young people are our future. And if that is all they want is music and Facebook and things, we are in trouble. All right then.
All right, thanks. We're in trouble a long time, you understand? We have another caller. Caller, welcome. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi.
Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing great.
Morning.
Okay. I call especially to wish my friend a happy birthday today. It's the first time you're hearing my voice, Azem. This is Sharon.
Hey. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I want to say lunch or dinner is on me, but I know you guys don't have Cash App yet. So work it out and let me know. All right?
All right, will do.
All right, have a good rest of the show. Hi, Fat Von.
Hi, my birthday's in August.
Say hi to you because
Say that again?
they are my friends now. All right, I won't keep the line.
Okay.
Enjoy. Have a good day, guys.
All right, thank you very much. Look at that.
By the way, Western Union.
No, me and Azem got Cash App. We're good to go.
See? Mobile banking,
Right.
all these good things work. So
No, we got Cash App. Don't worry. Cash App, Venmo, you pick.
PayPal.
Pick. You know, PayPal, Apple Pay. We good. But
Wait, what you keep saying you are Azem?
because me and Azem got
live
it.
in the States, so we have
Live
years
in
of
the
No, but
States.
what I mean is your birthday in close.
No, but it come in. Lunch only make for Azem.
Only Azem must eat.
Only Azem must get lunch.
Sorry.
Well, there's one Azem get lunch from Jade, Kevon, so.
But
that's a different story.
Really in a different story because Jade is here informing me today that she made conch chowder yesterday and we got none.
Yeah, I remember one time me and Jade was driving and Jade tell me she making conch chowder. She making conch chowder.
What?
Tonight. So I said, okay, I want some tomorrow. She said, okay.
And that was it?
That tomorrow was a long time ago.
Tomorrow never comes, you know? Tomorrow never comes.
Anyway, you know.
I don't like how y'all always put me on. Why y'all don't make something and invite me? How come I
We
always
can't
have
cook
to...
Jade.
Oh. Okay, never mind. Now that's a valid excuse. I can't even argue. Like, what can I say to that?
Bring on a kitchen.
Amali, you are a liar. And
a swindler and a thief?
No. A stranger to the truth.
No, bring on a kitchen.
Amali, I've seen you cook.
Yeah, when I had a kitchen.
Okay, you know what? Okay.
I say you can't cook. But guys, we actually have another caller on the line.
Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning, Kevon.
Morning.
Good morning, Jade. And good morning, Amali.
Hello, good day.
I am here listening to the program. And you're talking about the vaccine. Who interested to take the vaccine? Well, to be truthful, right? Where I see going on in the outer world with this COVID, you understand? We ain't have no community spread yet in the Federation of St Kitts and Nevis. We ain't have no outbreak and nobody lost their life from the COVID. And that's the reason why I will take the vaccine. Because I don't know who friend might come here and maybe got COVID, they test for COVID and they come by me. Or somebody come in the country illegal and got the COVID and I got to meet up with the person. You understand?
Yeah.
And I made to understand the vaccine prevents you from dying.
Yeah.
You understand? I don't know. They discover it that it prevents you from getting COVID, but because I know the vaccine look like mostly on trial. You understand? So I would like to encourage people if you ain't have no health issue with the vaccine, no whatsoever, you could go out and take the vaccine because it's important too. Because if the outer world could take it, you understand? Because I just see that people out there dying like flies. I went on YouTube and I went on the television and I see people out there rushing to take the vaccine. Because so much family members of them done lost their life with this COVID. So I just trying to encourage people, if you ain't have no health issue and you want to take the vaccine, from prevent whatsoever from take place, you go out and you take the vaccine. I don't think it's nothing going to harm us here.
Yeah.
All right then, good program as usual.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like as our good uncle said, COVID a lot, vaccine zero. So we've had some valid arguments this morning.
But this speaks to something that Azem has been mentioning for quite some time, which is basically the who feels it knows the concept. We haven't felt it here in St. Kitts. It's going to be very difficult to convince people to take something to protect them when they don't think there's a
when
threat.
they've already been protected,
exactly.
and that's what Azem keeps saying. There's an uphill battle because.
So Timo should just open the airport.
No.
And then
no.
Because and the thing is, we have Kittitians that are saying, I can't wait for things to get back to normal. I can't. We've been operating at normal for a long time.
We actually have been.
The only normal we don't have is that we can't travel. Outside the unemployment for some individuals still.
And fitting.
We can't travel. Other than that, we do as we please in St. Kitts.
I can happen enough it happening because I'm saving money.
But have we, had we been in a situation where, people were, our funeral homes congested, the hospital beds rampacked, I bet you the response to take the vaccine would have been much different.
Well, they've been rushing.
Right, people would have been rushing.
If it's what needs to be done, it needs to be done. We have a caller. Caller, good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I hear.
Well, I'm just ringing to say on a positive note that I took the vaccine yesterday and I've just driven to work and getting out of my car.
Let's hope we make it inside.
Yes.
I said, let's hope we make it.
I'm sure I will because I've got a positive mind.
Right.
And I think that scaremongering, it's wrong. I think it's wrong. We need to come up with science, statistics, and so forth. Everybody is entitled to their own views. I just want to say that every year I also take the flu vaccine and from the seasonal flu. And when I was a child, our parents weren't asked to give us the vaccine.
That's true. You just go to school and you get it.
With a piece of plaster and so forth. So there are two sides to the coin. But I think that whatever side we present, let it not be scaremongering. I think it's wrong. It works on people's psyche. And, we are educated people. So give us all the facts and leave it to us to decide.
Amen.
So you have a nice day, whichever side of the coin that you seem to take, or whichever side it drops on, heads or tails, let it be one of science and real rational education.
All right, thank you very much.
That's all I have to say.
Thank you very much.
Right, lovely.
Well, I'm happy to hear from somebody who actually took it.
You know what? We're great for PR right now. You never seen those videos where they have like a bunch of people saying like one phrase? Like if they could get a collection of notable influential people who have taken the vaccine.
Like I
took
the vaccine.
Yes, I took the vaccine. I took the vaccine. I took the vaccine. I took the vaccine.
I am Sugar Mass.
Honestly, there's so many
people like this. People like this in themselves, and when I say themselves, I mean people you can identify with.
Like when you see yourself represented in the demographic of what.
If I see a friend of mine who didn't go to wash it like a birthday swallow night,
right,
and the video who says, "Listen, I took the vaccine yesterday," and I'm like,
okay,
oh, Bailey took the vaccine, man.
Yeah. That resonates differently.
It does.
Yeah, it resonates differently.
It speaks to emotion. It speaks to familiarity. It speaks to trust. All those things. But then again. Why it makes sense, We're stupid.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the caller said just now, like, we're educated population, and that may be true, but
it is
not. No, I do think we're educated. However,
do we
who's we?
Education?
No, I think we're ill-informed. Yeah, like we're educated, but ill-informed.
Yeah.
Well,
science and statistics. Imagine that.
Let's see.
Imagine that.
Let me look at any comments happening. Nope, no comments. Yeah, but that's just, yeah, just do your research. Honestly, do your research. And if you don't know how to do your research, right, you're right to laugh. And do your research. And if you don't know where to start with your research, because let's be honest, what's it called? Information is hard to find on the internet because you might come across an article that's saying crazy things. You might come across an article that's saying facts, but most people don't know how to tell the difference. If you don't know where to go and ask a professional. Literally just go and ask a professional. Ask a friend who's a professional. Ask a friend who might know professionals and ask, hey, I'm looking for some information on the vaccine. Can you help me? Let's just not do the forwarding of WhatsApp stuff just for forwarding's sake, because when it reaches to my phone and it says forwarded many times, I delete it. I don't even want to read it. But we'll take a very short break and we'll come back with more Island Tea on WINNMedia SKN. So we'll be right back.
You better power on.
Hosford's Value Mart IGA. Yeah! In February, we are giving you 3 ways to power up. 1. Power up for your Value Club points in February. Yes! For the first time ever, every Value Club customer will earn double point on all Value Club purchases at Value Mart in St Kitts and Nevis. 2. Power up in our Power Play, where lucky customers will win their purchase free. Just listen out for the Power Play alert, and if you are at the mystery Power Register of the day, you win your purchase absolutely free with double points and more. 3. Power up your saving with the Hosford's Value Mart Red Tag Value Deal. Yes! Power up with the savings with huge discount on select Value Deals items. Power up your points. Power up your saving. Win your purchase free in our Power Play. Power up February at Hosford's Value Mart IGA. Don't miss it.
Terms and conditions apply.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Protect yourself from the novel coronavirus. Wash your hands thoroughly and frequently for at least 20 seconds each time. Avoid shaking hands and touching your face with unclean hands. If you have to cough or sneeze, do so into your flexed elbow or a paper towel and then dispose of it. Keep a distance of 3 feet away from anyone with the cold or flu-like symptoms. Boost your immune system with vitamins, drink plenty of water, and get adequate rest. Visit your doctor, the nearest hospital, or health center if you or a family member becomes ill. A message from the Ministry of Health and the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA.
We're back.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Amali. And we are joined in studio by a guest who is known on the airways already. So I'll let him introduce himself since he likes to be in things.
Good morning, Kevon, and good morning, Amali, and to the other hosts. And good morning to all of you who are listening via the different social media platforms. And let me say I am delighted to be here.
Of course.
And I look forward to fun and fruitful discussion.
About what?
About anything you want to ask.
You taking the vaccine?
Are you taking the vaccine? Are you taking the vaccine on Friday with the rest of us? In studio?
Well, I didn't know that you guys were taking the vaccine on Friday.
That's what Jade said. Jade just sacrificing real life and then I asked a question.
I still have to learn more about the vaccine and do my own research.
Oh, okay.
Versus you just telling me that the vaccine is safe and I just take it.
Right. The vaccine that has been in production for the last 8 months. You're going to start to research it now.
No, well, I've been doing my research for some time, but I want to.
But you aren't satisfied as yet.
I'm not. No.
But let's take the vaccine. No. What's the worst that can happen?
Are you gonna take it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the worst that can happen? We dead?
Okay. I
Come on.
don't know. I don't know.
That's light work.
I don't know what the side effects are.
That's light work. That's light work. That's light work.
But
everybody want to go heaven, man. Nobody want it.
You understand?
Hypocrites. Anyway, let's move on.
So, we have some actual questions for you.
Okay.
So let's start off with you telling the listeners and viewers a little bit about who you are and what it is you do.
Mm-hmm. Well, firstly, you guys know my name already, but let me say it again. It's Devonne Cornelius, the one and only. There is no other Devonne Cornelius.
That reminds me of Don Cornelius from Soul Train.
You're the third person that has said that to me.
In your life?
Yeah.
Today?
Yeah. No, not today.
So you have a running count?
You
have a running count?
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely.
Strange.
But yes, my name is Devonne Cornelius, and I am a journalist here at WINN FM, but apart from being a journalist here at WINN FM, I am a youth parliamentarian. I'm a member of Sniper, and apart from that, I also participate in performing arts in the area of singing. Before I got into youth parliament and media and all of that, I used to sing a lot. But I don't sing now because I don't have the time.
So tell us sing where and see at what?
Well, I began singing in school, primary school, at a Black History concert. I sang Oh Happy Day. That was the first time I sang, and from that I've been singing ever since. I entered a competition in 2016 called Gingerama J Explosion. It's a festival that takes place in Nevis in the Gingerland constituency, and I racked up the top spot among five persons. I sang Barry White, Practice What You Preach. Never thought I would have been able to do that, but I did it, and I came out on top. I received the Performing Arts Award for the 25 Most Remarkable Teens in 2017. I am a part of...
Wait, hold on. So in 2017 you were a teen?
Yes.
Is we just old? Is we just old? Must be nice.
I'm only 20, by the way.
Okay.
What? I'm only 20.
Enjoy that.
I'm only 20.
Enjoy that.
Yeah, he's 20.
I am accustomed to that reaction, but I'm only 20, by the way.
Enjoy that. Ain't gonna last long.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Okay. And, I've been singing and been in performing arts for some time, and that is who I am, apart from being in the media and being in youth parliament and all of that. I entered youth parliament in 2017. That was the Nevis Youth Parliament, where we came to St Kitts in that said year for the Commonwealth parliamentary debate among the different Caribbean islands. And then the following year, I went to Trinidad and Tobago for a symposium on education. So that's basically who I am. I've been involved in youth parliament and singing, and now I am in media. I began working in the field in mid-2018, and I'm here. I'm still here.
Tell us about your experience as a youth parliamentarian. Quite some time ago, we had some reps from Sniper here in the studio with us. Telling us about their mock sessions and the debates that they participate in. Are you involved in that aspect of it as well? Do you actually go into parliament and debate bills and documents and stuff like that?
Yes, I have. A few years ago, I acted as the deputy leader of the opposition. I don't remember off the top of my head what the bill was, but I have debated a number of bills in youth parliament. I participated in one of the sittings, not the last one, but the one before. So I've been not just a part of the association, but I've been debating bills, and I've been a part of the different activities with Sniper. But I wouldn't really say 100% active, because I reside in Nevis, so it prevents me from participating in all of the activities that Sniper has. So I am a member residing on Nevis.
Oh, I got you. I'm interested in your career in journalism. Why journalism? It feels like, especially in this current climate where it seems everybody has their own platform, that journalism has, I don't want to say it's been dying, but let's say it has been evolving. So why journalism in this sense, and how do you feel about the current state of the field?
Well, firstly, let me say I began working in this field in 2018. I was volunteering for a program called Youth in the News, and after that, I just stayed there. They called me back and they said, we want you to work there full time. That was at Nevis Television, which is a government department. After that, I went into the tourism industry for a short period as a concierge agent.
As a fire dancer?
As a concierge agent.
As a fire dancer?
At Four Seasons. But, because of the pandemic and the drastic changes that took place, I decided to take a change, and I saw that there was an opening here, and I saw an opportunity for me to get back into the field and be more active in media and journalism. And so I am now here at WINN FM. But the reason why I chose journalism is because, if you really know me, I like to talk, and I like to ask questions, and I like to read, and I like to be seen.
You like to debate as well.
Yeah. I like to challenge you on every and anything that you say.
Yeah, I know.
And
speaking of that, right?
That must be really annoying, man.
No, trust me, Devon, he wouldn't annoy you. He just be like, were you really asking me? One time we were having a debate, right?
Uh-huh.
And Devon asked me how I know I have a brain. Because I've never seen it. That was
people them in high school, you just ban up in the alley.
Like, that was really his response to something I asked him. He said, but how do you know you have a brain? You've never seen it.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, so...
Are you also one that questions the existence of God?
If I question the existence of God,
yeah.
I question any and everything once it's relevant.
I didn't ask you if you question any and everything. I asked you a specific question.
Well, I have not questioned the existence of God, but I've questioned the existence of a God, because everybody has their own God. But can you prove to me that your God is, there and real and, all of that? But I'm sure you have your own God. Do you have your own God? Do you have your own God, Kevon?
Please don't ask me this question.
Okay, you see. So, it reminds me a lot of Jade, so.
People tend to run from these conversations, but one day we shall engage.
I look forward to it.
You have the energy.
I look forward to it.
Devon?
I look forward to it. It's going to be a lengthy discussion, but I don't think you're ready for it right now.
No, I'm not ready for it right now at all.
So yeah, I entered the field, and I've been loving it every step of the way. When I was at NTV, it was more of a safe environment in terms of, it was government media, so everything was like a strict protocol.
Yeah.
When I began working here, it was, in my opinion, a drastic change, because you were open to all sides, government, opposition, you name it. And so there was no...
There's a bit more journalistic freedom.
Yeah, there was no bias to stick into one side and push in one side, but you were given that opportunity to talk on every and anything.
Right.
And for me, that was like a dream come true. That was like a dream come true. But journalism now, let me be frank, it is scary. It is very scary. And I don't think that St Kitts and Nevis is ready for investigative journalism. I don't think we're ready for any kind of journalism as it is now. Working in the field, it is fun, let me say, but you have to prepare yourself for ramifications, and
of course,
a lot of ramifications. People think it's an easy walk in the park where you just show up to a press conference and ask a couple of questions. But when you finish asking the questions, you have about 10 missed calls.
Yeah.
So.
But something, just before you even continue, and I think I mentioned this to you, I've been at several either press conferences, launches, different types of events. And when Devon gets up to ask his question, right, you see the people at the table. You see them start to move in the chair like, but I hope this one ain't from me. Like it's an actual thing.
I hope that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. And I think
it's a good thing for the public, but you ain't ever getting a land on the house.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, and even that dynamic, I think, is interesting, because, like you said, you would have been working here for not long space
I began
of time.
in September.
In September, and would have already cemented yourself as, a force in what you do. So I think that's commendable. But do you feel that same energy? Do you recognize that?
I do.
Okay.
I
Let's make
do.
it. I was wondering.
I look forward to attending these press conferences. I don't
Like
believe
a
in
rebel in
asking.
it,
I don't believe in asking Amali what is the color of his shirt. Because
I'm very glad you said that.
I know the color of his
Yeah, it's
shirt
obvious.
already.
I'm very happy you said that.
Yeah, I'll ask him why he decided to wear it today.
Because
but
I got you.
I love it.
Because there are. I've spoken about this before on the show, the press conference, when the cabinet rolled out the stimulus package.
Yeah.
And the people who ask the most outrageous questions are people who are involved in journalism for over 20 years and 30 years. Some of them are even dead now.
What would you say outrage? What do you mean by outrageous?
Well, I can give one particular example of a
Very
question that
soft
was
questions.
asked. The Prime Minister outlined that the borders would be closed to all commercial airlines and sea lines and all the lines. And that the only vessels that would be allowed would be the cargo vessels to bring food into the country.
Right.
And the very first question when the floor was opened was, I didn't hear you mention anything about flights from Taiwan. What about the flights from Taiwan? And the Prime Minister had to get up and reiterate, I did say that all commercial flights, I would have said a bad word.
What about when you ask a question? just not to cut it. What about when you ask a very straightforward question and you never get an answer and you're forced to ask the question 10 times over and you never get an answer?
That's jousting. That's jousting.
Yeah. What about it?
Yeah, that's part of.
I'm asking you what about it, because you told me about that situation. So I'm asking you what about that.
That doesn't happen to me because I'm very disrespectful, and when I ask a direct question and people beat around the bush, I indicate to them, I say, you're not talking to an idiot. You're beating around the bush. And if you're not going to answer the question, say you don't want to answer it.
Yeah.
Don't insult me.
Right.
So I wouldn't get to number 10.
Yeah, it'll be number 2.
I ask once, and then the second time, I won't ask again. I'll tell you exactly what you're doing.
I like that.
Yeah.
Get to the point. Straightforward.
Don't waste people's time. Don't do that. Don't do that. That happens to you often?
That's every press conference.
Every press conference?
That's like part
Precisely,
of it.
yeah.
That's
Is it frustrating for you?
People train.
It's not.
People
It's
train
fun
in
for
that.
me. It's fun for me.
It's like a dance.
It shows that you're not ready for this thing.
It's jousting. It's jousting. This is intellectual joust.
But continue to hold them to the fire.
But that's what I'm trying to
And
do.
to keep
I'm a
them
journalist, even though some have said I'm a prospective journalist. I don't think
Who
I'm
called
a
you that?
prospective journalist,
No,
but
you- that's-
I am a journalist.
Let me ask this question. So
disrespectful.
So people always feel as though your age plays a factor in your
Yes.
in your professionalism. That you
Yes.
can't be a professional unless you're in your 60s or you're in your
Yes.
50s or you're
Yes.
doing this for however long.
Yes.
Because I find that some people who just start certain jobs are way better at it than people who've been sitting there for 20,
But
40 years.
That's the point I've been trying to
So
bring across.
how do you manage being in a room with the people who call
feel they
you,
know it all
who
and
look
yeah.
at you and say prospective, and how do you get them to take you seriously when you're here to do exactly what it is you know how to do?
Well, you just have to do what you have to do. As I said, I began working in this field 2 years ago, and at that time, people thought I've been working in journalism all my life, but I'm only 20. So I believe in whatever you do, you have to do it to the best of your ability. When I face a situation like that, people will say, oh, you don't have a degree in journalism, so you're not a journalist. You're only 20, so you're not a journalist. And we have persons who are in their 30s and have degrees, and they don't know nothing about the field.
Right.
I don't believe. For me, being a journalist is getting information for the people, because when you walk the streets of Charleston and Bastille and you're in the bars and restaurants and you hear the kind of conversation that people have, the questions that they ask, you're baffled. You're like, wow, why wouldn't you ask this question on a public platform? But they may not be in a position to do that, and so I do it for them.
Right.
Half of the questions that I ask at these press conferences is not really my own question, it's just that I tweak them. It's the question from the people.
Right.
And it's answers that all of us would like to get someday, one way or the other.
Right.
And so, working in this field, I have been told, I don't think you're a journalist, I think you're a prospective journalist. You're young, I mean, I am not a veteran. I am not a veteran, but I think at this stage I am a journalist.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, I'm talking to you.
And I want you to talk to them because I find that to also be a very disrespectful statement because it's discrediting, and people in the community always want to jump up and have this statement of, oh, young people need to do this, young people need to do that, but then the same people shouting and hollering, young people need to do this and that, are the same people that's going to turn around and discredit you and call you things like perspective.
Right.
It's disrespectful because had you turn to that person and say, your perspective, you're one too, because I don't think you're at that level yet. I'm pretty sure that person probably would have just exploded.
Listen to me.
It all has to do with ageism, where people think because of your age, you're not.
Yeah. It's a real thing because somebody wouldn't refer to a fresh police officer as a prospective police officer.
Precisely.
Or somebody who just finished med school and they finished their internship and they're actually working up JNF as a prospective doctor.
Right, and you just get your law degree and you just pass the bar.
Yeah, practicing law, but you're a prospective lawyer. Give me a break.
So, I mean, that is my point. But I love working in the field. It's fun. I love asking the hard questions. I love doing what I do, and I hope to have a long career and a very exciting career. And I hope to get along in the house, as Amali said.
But it's interesting, the traditional types of journalism and media and working at a established company like WINNMedia. How is it, or do you feel like there's this competition between what you guys do and the informal German journalism, the informal sources of information that people seem to want to sift through on a daily basis? And how do you remain relevant in such a noisy environment?
Well, firstly, let me say I don't think it is a competition, but I realize over the past months, especially during the COVID, you had a lot of people who they went sleep as, I don't know, a doctor, and they woke up as a journalist or a media professional. And so there was a lot of misinformation and, a lot of false and fake news going around. And I think not just us here at WIN, but other established media companies in St Kitts and Nevis and across the region had to compete with these other, I think entities is the wrong word, but these other individuals and people had to compete with them in terms of getting out the accurate and right information.
Right.
How it is now, people are looking for quick information because that is news. News is now. News is right now. And if you can't bring the
instant
information now, then in my opinion, it's not news. At the same time, pushing out an article or a story just because you want it to be in the news category is or could be dangerous.
Dangerous, right.
Because you're putting out information that is false. And we all know the power of the media.
Right.
You put out false information and everybody is relying on what Kevon said. Everybody is relying on what Amali said. And so they say, well, he said it and he's a journalist.
Right.
So relying on what you say. So you have to be careful. You have to understand that, yes, even though you're trying to push out the news and push it out now, you have to make sure that what you're saying is accurate.
You have some responsibility as an actual journalist.
It's going to go far and wide.
Yeah, you have and that's the thing. You have some responsibility that, unfortunately, other people, some of these persons that you mentioned, don't have and really have no regard for. People just forward things and share things and with the opinions, without even second guessing, fact checking any of that. Whereas as a journalist, you recognize the responsibility you have and the power that you have based on your voice and the reach that you have. So, I mean, I think that is such a incredible dynamic to have to navigate, because it's like I said, it's so, I think Amali mentioned it this morning. It's noisy out there. There's a lot of noise.
It is. But you see, you can't really tell people what to share and forward and like and post, whatever. But as a journalist, it is your job to take that information and fix it up. So if it's false, you try to find the correct information, the accurate information. But I realize these days, people want the news now. You want to know that if somebody was shot or if there was an accident down the road 2 minutes ago, you want the information. No, you want all the details, which is not in most cases possible, but that's just the way it is.
Do you think that we're living in an age where, as it relates to how some people, or let's say the majority of people, share information, that it's more important to be quick than to be correct?
Yes, people want the information now, as I said before. Sometimes they really don't care if it's accurate.
Right.
They just want to know
something
that
going on.
Something is happening. They want to know that something is happening. But just before I go, I wanted to say, with journalism and working in this field, I think we are afraid of what journalists can do. I think we're afraid of that, because if we were to have some real journalism, not just talking about now, but if we were to have some real journalism, it would be some problems in this place, in St Kitts and Nevis and across the region.
Right.
And if you get the answers for some of the questions that you ask, it will be hell to tell the priest.
Things turn up.
Things will definitely turn up. But the society is small. The society is very small. The community is small. Everybody knows everybody. And to be frank, some people are not ready for that. So, very unfortunate. But
yes, hold on, before you continue. Some of these people you're talking about, were you also suggesting some journalists may not be ready for that as well?
Of course, there are some journalists that are not ready for the field. I, as I said, I know of some journalists that would ask Amali that his shirt, what the color of his shirt is, when they see that it's orange.
Relevance as well is very important.
I don't.
Like, I would come to speak about something else, and you're asking about my shirt that ain't got nothing to do with what we come to talk about.
I don't. That doesn't make any sense. If you ask me.
Yeah.
You stick straight to the point.
Like a journalist who asked the Prime Minister at the rollout for the stimulus package that he disappointed that he didn't make mention of God.
Well,
in his presentation.
Well, that's just how they feel about the situation.
They were your point on me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I thought he was referring to you.
We're done. We're done.
But
no, we're done.
Yeah. Okay. But I love working in the field, and I look forward to having a good career in the field. And I just want to encourage other persons who work in the field to stay committed. What keeps me going is when I get challenged. Yeah, it really keeps me going when somebody challenges me, and I love the challenge. I love to have good discussions, and you have your views, I have my views. I tell you why I think this way, and you tell me why you think that way. And at the end of the day, we move forward. We disagree to agree. We agree to disagree, and we're all good.
You go home with some new insight. That's how I see it.
You did what? Sorry?
When conversations like that, for me, I view it as you go home with insight.
Right.
You now get a different angle on a topic.
Right.
Whether you agree to it or not, you now have a new angle. So.
Yeah, I mean, I still think that the fire dancing could have worked for you.
I think so too.
But journalism is alright.
I love it. Anything else that you would like to? Well, I see it's now the 10 o'clock hour, so
that's not your job.
I know, but just want to make sure you guys have any more questions to ask.
Well, please tell the people that you are also a host of Voices.
And I think they would know that, but yeah, I host Voices and I host Inside the News. I've been doing it since September when I started, and it has been an amazing journey ever since. Having discussions with politicians, people in the medical field, and people in the education field. I love it. voices has its own, what should I say, niche or audience, and so I love doing that, and I love doing inside the news. But sorry, I love it. I love it. So, in a nutshell, that is who I am. Maybe on another program, I would be able to go more in depth, but it's journalism, media, singing, and youth parliament.
Yeah. Sweet.
Sorry. I'm trying to look at myself.
Good luck with that.
And this is why we're taking the vaccine live on air next week.
I think you should get vaccinated for sure.
You just say you ain't finished doing this, but you want other people to take it.
You should get vaccinated.
Oh, okay. No problem.
That's his insight.
Anyway, Devonne Cornelius, it was lovely speaking to you. And we do wish you, all the best on your journey as a prospective journalist. They got manners.
Disrespect.
Out of place. But yeah, we do wish you all the best and all the successes and all the excitement, all the thrills and frills of journalism. And, obviously, you have a knack for it and you have a passion for it, a love for it. And, they say follow your heart and everything else will follow after that. So
thank you. And
do great things and make us proud.
I look forward to coming back. I look forward to having
we'll think about it.
A follow-up discussion. Well, Jade will think about it. Jade will keep me in the information.
And that's a big black you use. You can touch in the alley.
But thank you guys so much for having me, and I wish you guys well and stay safe. And don't forget to wash your hands. I like to say wash your hands because some people don't wash their hands.
Yes.
But thank you.
Some people don't wash them out either.
Oh boy.
Anyway, we've come to the end of the show on this wonderful God-given Tuesday here in the Federation of.
So much.
With the show ain't done.
Oh, we ain't done?
We're wrapping up.
Yeah, hear me in the middle of a sentence.
Don't disturb
Oh,
it.
I not ready to go.
Have a seat, please.
So wait, this live on camera?
Yes, and you just let the nation know you ain't got no manners.
Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I thought the show was over.
Who is you? Balo the Beer from Jungle Book? Anyway, we've come to the end of the show. I'll start over on this God-given wonderful Tuesday here in the Federation of St Kitts and Nevis.
Lovely.
I thought you were
some artists was here and they say St Kitts and St Nevis. Who was by Rick Ross?
I can't remember who's doing it.
I think it was Rick Ross.
I thought you were going to say St.
Oh,
Kitts.
yes, yes.
When he came for the CPL thing.
CPL, yeah.
St Kitts and St Nevis. Special good morning to all our St Nevis folks, listeners this morning.
Including Devon.
He's from Nevis?
Yes, I'm in division.
I was listening.
Just to note, I get highly annoyed when people say St. Kitts only as if Nevis doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's okay.
St. Kitts and
Well,
Nevis.
some feel it shouldn't. But that's a different conversation.
Well, it's a different conversation for real.
Good morning, Nevis. We love you. Anyway, we're leaving. So, folks, please drive safe. Tomorrow is Hump Day.
Hump Day.
Can't wait. So, please drive safely and do right by others. Please use our roundabouts correctly. Meaning, don't overtake in our roundabouts. Don't switch lanes in our roundabouts. And when you're exiting, please, indicate so that folks driving behind you can know what your intentions are. It will reduce accidents and almost accidents by significant proportions.
Why?
You see me the other day, you know?
The signaling?
I put on my indicator and I hear behind me. Just going overtake.
Stay in your lane, people.
Stay in your lane, figuratively and literally. Also, please let us remember to park our vehicles in a manner which is conducive to the collection of garbage from our friends at Solid Waste. If you park your cars irresponsibly, then people can get their garbage collected with the trucks.
Clean.
And what we found out today is that most times it's people who ain't supposed to be there.
People who go thief a piece.
So, gentlemen, when you're thieving a piece, please park around the corner.
Right.
So the truck can get up the street or where your madam lives to collect her trash.
Indeed. It might work out better for you too.
Indeed. It's going to be a clean environment when you get there the next time. Also, let us please, put pressure on our lawmakers and our policy makers and our policy designers and wheelers and dealers in Parliament to take a look at our outdated laws, all of them, the traffic laws, the sexual assault laws, the everything, as it relates to, so that they can relate to current day life and current day society here in St Kitts and Nevis. Update them, so it's a reflection of what's actually happening and not what used to happen in the 1960s. And with that, I will turn it over to our Master of Ceremonies, His Excellency Honorable Kevon Hanley. Honorable, you have the floor.
And remember, everybody, you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. Goodbye.
You may leave now.